On today's episode of the Grad Matters podcast, we sit down with some of the members of the Space Mob crew, Wes Jacobsen, Quinn Silvernale, and Crosse Bearden for the third installment of Shop Talk. Shop Talk is a group formatted podcast to focus more on the current events of wakeboarding and just some general talk about wakeboarding in the water sports industry as well. We are also doing a giveaway of Slingshot's Space Mob boots on the Patreon. So if you're interested in winning a pair of those, make sure to go join the Patreon and stay tuned for the rules later in this podcast. We also go over some Patreon questions, the difference between, the different kinds of electric winches and how they compared to gas winches back in the day. We also talk with the Space Mob crew about what they've been filming for recently, a project they're working on, this spring and summer, and when it'll come out and what it'll be. So stay tuned for more details on that. Without further ado, let's get on to the third installment of Shop Talk. Hope you enjoy.
I approve waterboarding. They're talking about wakeboarding. The thing about wakeboarding, every trick is an invert.
Backside.
One-side air railings.
A new dimension.
We're back with another episode of the Grad Matters Shop Talk podcast. And today we have Space Mob, a few of the Space Mob members, I would say, on here. We got Quinn Silvernale on the far right.
Hello.
We got Crosse Bearden in the middle here-ish.
Hey.
And then we got Wes and Mark Jacobsen here next to on my right here.
Oh my God.
So I say we crack these 40s. First thing. First
Defo,
off,
dude.
So for the listeners, we all got a 40 ounce here. So this one might be worth tuning in for.
Close to the mic.
That sounds crisp.
That's so crispy.
That was an early burp cross there. All right, I think first question here. I posted this the other day on the gram, but do you pee in your wetsuit?
Not usually. I mean,
Yeah.
I will if I have to.
Definitely
I used to.
have.
Yeah, I used to, didn't ever think about it. But now, not
Yeah.
as much.
I feel like it's different when you're just getting hand-me-down wetsuits and stuff. But now if we're getting crispy ride engine wetsuits, and it's you're definitely not pissing in this thing. At least for some months or something,
Yeah.
It'd be tough to fresh out it's still smelling like nice neoprene.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still
Smells.
pissing in it, but yeah, I see what you guys are coming from.
So you piss in your wetsuit.
It's like a thing, yeah, because
You
well,
do
dude,
it.
It was colder in Michigan, I guess, and it still gets cold in Georgia, but Michigan springtime, dude, I'm pissing in it.
So it's not a
before I'm even
situational
riding,
thing.
I'm peeing.
You-
in it. I'm drinking water to be able
You
to pee in it.
put on your wetsuit and you're already hyped because I'm about to piss in this thing.
That must be
saving the
warm,
piss.
dude.
So you do it to get warmer?
Yeah, yeah, dude.
Smart.
Does it make a difference if it's a full suit or a spring suit? Because I would say I'm more inclined in a spring suit because then it just comes
Then
out.
it actually
late.
goes out. Yeah, the full suits are
I was
hard,
opposite.
dude.
I only do it in a full suit. I mean, I guess I do it in every suit.
Does it go into
loves
your
the
booties,
pee.
your slingshot booties when you do it? Does it fill up by your feet? 'Cause
No,
why I don't
I
like
think it kind of seeps through. Man.
Do you have pee fetishes and stuff?
No,
Like-
see, now this is where I didn't want this one to go. I'm just
should've
I'm here representing the
Quit.
peeing in the wetsuit.
You
community.
know it's gonna go there, dude. Because it's if you're that excited about peeing in your wetsuit, I feel like that's a little sus.
It wasn't that I'm excited. It's just a practical thing to keep warm. That's all it was.
Okay. Well, I've definitely peed in my wetsuit,
Yeah.
but it's definitely not a thing.
That makes sense. Yeah.
I didn't start peeing in water until I was 13 or something.
What does that mean?
Because I feel like that's a body's natural response when you get in water is to
Mm-hmm.
pee, you know?
Yeah.
The pond was in
First
his
thing in
backyard.
the hot shower.
It felt so weird to pee in water the first time. I remember it.
It took you 13
Run us
years
through
to
that.
pee in water.
Run us through that first time.
I mean, my
Crosse.
mom was always just like, no, you don't pee in the pool if you have to pee.
Well, yeah, you don't pee in the pool.
Yeah, and then someone told me everybody does it. And I was like, what?
You pee in lakes and stuff.
Well, I tried it in a pool.
It just went straight to the pool.
So the first water you peed in was a pool.
Yeah.
Were
it
you
was
mad at your mom or
crazy.
something that day?
No, I don't think
get
so.
you,
It was
Mom.
just the people the people I was with, I think, were just like, yo, everybody pees in pools or
Join
it's just
us.
a normal thing.
We're
so.
all peeing together right now.
But
Wow.
I never really pee in a wetsuit, dude. No way.
But you've never peed in a wetsuit.
No.
Really?
No.
Wow.
So you're telling me you go out of set and then you come back and you take the wetsuit off to pee and then you put it
Dude,
back
the
on
other
and go?
day when we were winching
Oh,
out,
you pee before you put it on.
I'm just saying if you're riding for a few hours,
the other
Yeah.
day we went winching in the morning. I had to pee before I put my wetsuit on, but I was at Quinn's house and just didn't think about it. And then we went winching all day, got done at 3 in the afternoon, and then I had to do other stuff. And then by the time I peed, I'd forgotten I had to pee, and it was such a long pee. It was crazy.
that is one of the best feelings though.
Yeah.
Long hole.
But sometimes when you're working that hard, you don't really need to pee.
you're right. It falls to the wayside.
Your body's using that water.
Yeah.
That's the fuel.
That's true too. Yeah. Using the
I mean,
fluid
I
in the
find
water.
that too. Like when you're bussing on a project or wakeboarding a lot that day or winching, you're running around so much, you're going 6, 7, 8 hours and not peeing.
Yeah, you're burning diesel, dude, when you're doing
Yeah,
that. Yeah,
for sure.
Okay. All right. I did hear Rafter Rum pooped in his wetsuit, so I'm excited to talk to him about that one.
Damn.
And it was like it was intentional, not because
No.
he stayed
No.
too.
No.
Because he was hitting a spot and he was like in it, and he's like, I'm not stopping to like go poop.
Oh,
Like I'm just.
That's so core, dude.
And then he hit the spot, got the clip full of dookie. So
they should have filmed
He
that.
shit
at the
on
end.
that spot, dude.
It couldn't have been a solid turd though. It's
No,
probably,
it was-
probably just some spray.
Going a raft spot,
didn't
dude.
get
He
that.
probably had the nervous shits. I'd be scared to hit his spots.
that's a good point too.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to do a quick talking water skiing. So Malibu is discontinuing ski boats. I read an article. And then I read an article that they are not discontinuing ski boats. So that has been talking water skiing.
False alarm.
Yeah. Let's. I do want to talk about cable park etiquette because I don't know who I was talking to today. Maybe it was one of you guys, but kind of running through like general cable park wakeboarding etiquette. Maybe it was you, Quinn. I don't know what we were talking about, but like, what are some big things you guys practice? I guess you could say, or see people do, and you're like,
what
bro,
do you mean? Like
when you're hanging out at the cable, like. If you see the homie behind you is like sessioning a rail, like you're gonna like cruise right next to that rail. even if you're not hitting.
I got what. Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, pretty much just what you said, but like that's definitely a pet peeve. If you're riding in a train with someone or riding behind someone and they're just not hitting any features and just driving straight down the lane, and it's like, dude, at least like swerve left and right, like towards the features, so then the person behind you has like some smooth water.
Yeah, just
For
be a
the
little bit
approach.
aware.
Yeah,
Yeah,
For sure.
yeah.
We're usually riding we try to ride behind each other if like we're all sessioning or any of the park homies are sessioning. And then it doesn't really matter because we just kind of hit what everybody's hitting. But if it's just like general pop out there and they're just cruising, you gotta, especially if they're behind you, you gotta like spray what they're hitting.
But you
park
also
next
can't
to
be
it.
mad at everyone too, because like noobs just don't know, and it's honestly not their responsibility.
100%.
Sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that comes with time, and like the homies should know. But like the noob who's just getting up, like you can't throw salt at him for riding straight down the lane, dude. Like,
dude, definitely unacceptable.
he's
to be bitching about.
yeah, he's doing his thing. Like
throwing rollers on my fucking rail.
just
bro.
get over it. And I think there's something to be said to like being bummed and not hitting features just because there's a roller in front of it or some shit. Like,
Yeah,
just
dude.
do it.
just go and
Yeah,
do
power
it.
through it, dude.
Yeah,
Like-
yeah.
I get like it's not ideal, but
It's gonna make you stronger.
if
It
you're
makes
only
you a
riding
better
perfect,
rider.
dude, like, yeah, it does make you a better rider. Dude.
Because, dude, like, people that ride at shitty parks are the best riders.
Like shitty conditions, you mean like no island, full of chop
Or,
type
yeah,
situation.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Or, like, low cable, shitty tensions, anything
Yeah.
like that.
they're learning to wakeboard in the harshest conditions. So like, if you can do that, then you can do it anywhere.
Yeah.
They're riding in chop. They're riding with bad tension, shaky cables, like,
Yeah.
and they're still killing it in those conditions. Then they go to a minty park and they're just gonna
Butter.
slay. yeah. So there's definitely something to be said there.
I would say the etiquette is more on the experienced rider with like maybe somebody who's less experienced or isn't like as versed in cable etiquette, and you see they're trying to hit something and you just kind of like help them out, you know, like by going close to it or hitting.
Yeah, yeah. Help them out. They don't
Instead of
even
just
know
being
probably
like-
you're helping them out. They're
Right.
just like they're not
You
even
just
paying
make it
attention.
easy
They got
on
in front of
them
Yeah.
because they're learning, you know. But if
Yeah.
you're an experienced rider and just some guys in front of you or girl and it's like they're not hitting your thing, like hit something else or just deal with it.
Yeah.
It's not like
Yeah.
anything to be upset about. Like nothing looks worse than like a rider who's bitching about something like that.
Yeah.
Or like I hate when I'm operating when somebody just like you send somebody and you have a full cable and then somebody just swings out and lets go at the dock right after you sent somebody just because you sent somebody in front of them, and it's like
Yeah, and they're only going to make it a
lap.
lap or two anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
You
It's
know?
like just
So it's
deal
like-
with it for a minute.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
You'll be fine.
Yeah. So yeah, that's probably the gist of most etiquette, I think, is that.
Yeah.
And don't be a dick at the cable, obviously. Like
I
just
think
in general.
a big one that I've started doing is like every time you get sent, just like thank the operator.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
be like thank you or thanks, like whatever.
Yeah.
Just like
Yeah.
good vibes in the dock.
Chatting
Like, that brings-
with the operator
Yeah.
is huge for sure, I think.
You
Don't
know-
over chat them so they can pay attention to their job. But
Something crazy that I think happens is like I think boring parks can breed crazy sick riders. because like if the features are so boring and easy, it like kind of breeds creativity because like you're going to figure out different hits to do on those features, and like you can figure out every way to spin because you're riding easy features all the time.
That's like Sammy and them from, what's that place, Algoy?
Algoy.
Yeah, that cable is pretty normal. Nothing
Yeah.
special there,
Yeah.
but all the guys that ride there are pretty sick, like Felix and Yannick and Sammy, and everybody there has like a unique swag.
Nico, I think, too. Nico von
True,
Luttenfeld.
yeah,
That was his
Steph
home
from
cable.
there, yeah.
Sammy's home cable, yeah.
They all
Felix's
have
home cable.
Sick swag on just anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, that being said, you don't need a lot to quote unquote train and, you know, practice wakeboarding and get better. And you can be creative on literally anything.
Yeah, we were talking today about like how many ways to do a 180.
Yeah. Like,
Because the classic answer is like, well, you can do frontside, backside, switch, and regular. 4.
yeah, but I was talking about like,
And then toe
like
side, heel
specifically 180. Like, how many ways can you do a regular frontside 180?
That's what I'm saying. Like
25.
and for people who aren't maybe understanding, like, what do you mean you can only do a 180 one way?
Just like doing the butter 180, doing the simple 180, doing the ollie up, like drop your front foot snake bite 180, and then like any shifty 180.
270, bring it back to 180.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Like ungodly amounts away to just do a simple 180. So like, yeah, I mean, I think that's the sickest part about like board sports and riding and messing with stuff like that and trying to figure out new ways to do shit.
Yeah, and that also lends back to the point of like if you grow up at a boring park, if the attitude of the riders are like, well, this is what we have, we're just going to get creative on it.
Yeah.
Then yeah, you're going
Like
to
looking at it, you're like, oh, I can't
shit.
do anything here. It's like, well, I'm just going to go out and have fun anyway and like try some shit. Like,
Yeah.
Try some different 180s.
Like when we went to, because we don't always go to other parks, but like when we went on our Europe trip, specifically, I remember their part, not that the parks were boring, but is like the opportunity to hit some like really easy stuff. And I just learned so much weird, goofy shit. Just like, I'm going to slide my whole body across this rail and try to ride away. I'm going to MJ everything. I'm going to spin into MJs. Like, it
I mean,
just
that's like Victor in Thai
Yeah,
Wake Park with all the
exactly.
big pussy boxes out there. Like he's just doing like the dumbest, funniest.
Yeah,
makes
spinning on his
sense.
back
So-
and stuff.
Yeah,
yeah.
You're never bored.
Yeah, it's sick.
You know, you're just like, that's the thing. If you're boarding, you should never be bored. Even if you don't have any features, you can do 100 different 180s that are the same 180 essentially, like we're just talking about.
Yeah. All right, we got an early Patreon question from Rich Wheeler, and this one might be more towards Quinn because it's talking about cable park operation. But both you guys, all of us, have been around cables for a while now, so might all have a little bit of feedback here. But he's talking cable park operation. What have you learned that you wish to share with your fellow park owners or workers, cable operators out there?
I mean, that's an extensive list of things.
How much
but
time you got?
I'll just say that.
Well, we're going for a while the other night, so
Yeah. The easiest answer would be just like make sure that you are passionate about it and like care about the park you're working at. Like whether you're the owner, operator, just a guy who cleans the bathrooms or does the lawn care, whatever, like if you're not excited to be there, then maybe you shouldn't be there. You know,
Don't own a park to make money.
yeah.
Own a park for the passion and because you love wakeboarding, and
then it all kind of follows. So you'll draw the people to you that you need there, kind of, you know, like that's how Valdosta's grown because everybody sees that everybody there really cares. And even the guys who are just like workers, after a certain amount of time, people start to know who they are as riders because their passion comes through in their like videos and just riding in general. So yeah, I would just say,
I agree, Quinn, and I think on the other side of that, like obviously Valdosta is like a rider, like haven in the sense like you're a rider, very experienced, but Action Wake Park is like a similar type vibe where it was built because they love water sports, getting people on the water, and it's like, yeah, it's more of a corporate vibe for sure, but like the people there are all love wakeboarding, right? And that flows through. Like there's a reason why there's all these kids that are like stoked on wakeboarding there.
and just because you're a passionate rider or whatever doesn't mean you can't have a corporate park either. Like the vibes that the reason Valdosta is the way it is because when I came up riding cable, I was going across his backyard, riding behind the boat as a kid, going to McCormick's. It just felt like you were going to the lake with your friends, you know, or your family or whatever. But it was just like more of that vibe versus like going to a business. So that's just how it came to be. But like, if you are still into it, as long as you care, you can have whatever, infrastructure that could be seen as corporate or whatever, it doesn't, it's not a knock. Like you just have to actually care, because I think that's where like the stigma of the corporate park can sound like kind of a slight, because it sounds negative almost, but it's like, it doesn't have to be.
I was going to say, I feel like that kind of gets thrown around of like, oh, there's a corporate park. And like, yeah, maybe sometimes it can be negative where they're like very strict on like rules that you're like, okay, I mean, does the wristband have to be on my right hand all the time?
But
like,
so many European parks are quote unquote corporate parks.
Yeah.
Because like they come to make money there with their like facilities and stuff. But like there's still core parks out there too,
Yeah.
And a lot of them are like balancing that line. Like, I mean, you look at the Bricks. The Bricks is like the most corporate park and the most core park in the same park. Like they really 100% balance that line and do it so well.
Yeah. And I think some of the best parks do that.
Right.
Especially over there. So,
yeah.
And I mean, that's not different than ski resorts. It's like there's so many corporate they're all corporate now because Vail owns everything almost. So it's like,
yeah.
Right.
But you still got core scenes there and like,
yeah. But you can still have the homies on the back end, keeping the vibe alive.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it's also the approach you take too. Like we've been to a park before where they had like a tiered decking system. They had a bar there, served us beer.
Quinn, do you want to move the mic like a little bit more in front of your mouth?
Yeah. So
all right, there you go.
We went to a park one time and they had like a bar and everything, served us beer. We clipped our wristbands. We were done riding, but they had like a tiered decking system, and we didn't know that we weren't supposed to have a beer on one platform below the platform we had initially started on. And when we worked our way down there, they like came at us like we were trying to be assholes or something, It was just like, sorry, we didn't know. Like you could have just told us in a nice way.
Yeah.
And it's like, they hit us with the classic thing that they hit you with if they're trying to be that way is, this isn't Valdosta. And that is like a big FU,
Did they hit you with that?
Oh, yeah. And it's happened to me a couple different times.
I've
at
heard
different
Yeah, no
parks.
shit. It's not Valdosta.
They're like, and it's not like we're doing it to get away with something. We're just like vibing, chatting, step down one stair, and then all of a sudden we're in the no zone, So, I mean, there's a way to go about being a corporate park and like approaching people who just didn't know.
Just be nice.
There's not like a sign that's like, back the fuck up. It's like you've gone too far.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they'll hit you hard with that.
All right. Good little segment there. I think we dive into an early LF and Wheel of questions.
The LF and Wheel of questions.
Okay, let's go.
So,
Can I grab it?
yeah, you can
Oh,
grab it,
yeah,
Cross. So we got 4 of us here.
Yeah, how's this
I
work?
think we all spin it.
I'll spin it.
Can we
do-
spin
and
it
do
to
what
where
it
we
is?
don't see what it lands on until we like turn it around?
Yeah, you can do that.
All right.
It's
I
our
think you
burp
got
count
it,
app.
Cross. You start, or actually Quinn, you started off that way.
All
We'll
right,
just-
wait.
Go down the line.
We'll go down the
Spin it,
line.
spin
Yeah.
Well, can you hold it for me so I can? Oh, thank you.
Rip it, dude.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
He had a hard rip the other day. Okay, what do we got?
Make a movie and shooter.
Like a film?
I knew it was gonna be the shooter.
Shooter. Well, you
Make a movie and shooter.
So I'll explain make a movie, but Quinn does have to do the shooter. So make a movie is
99 nanas, dude.
Bananas?
Yo, I'm allergic to bananas though.
it's not real bananas. So
I'm
we're
just
good.
kidding. I'm just kidding.
Fucked up. How many of these do you have?
Just one.
Hold on.
Just the one.
You're
dude.
gonna spin
Damn.
it too. Keep it down.
Wait, we all got to spin it. Yeah, keep that down
keep
there.
it down.
Okay, I'm sorry,
But
dog.
I'll answer mine first, I guess. Should I shoot it and then make a movie?
I'll explain it. I'll explain what make a movie is to the people who don't know, and
Gotta
then
put the
you
cap
shoot it while
on
I'm
your
explaining.
nose.
So
Try.
Like Rudolph.
all right.
do my
So
very best.
It's like European.
Rudolph.
for those who don't know, make a movie is Quinn's gonna pick 4 other writers, or it can be 5 total writers to make a movie, and then he's gonna pick a filmer to film that movie, and it can be writers from any time frame. So
Make
they
a
could have stopped wakeboarding, so you could go like Byerly, and then you could also go like Raff yourself, a bunch of other like,
Byerly.
Well, obviously, this is outside of our crew because I'm gonna just say that there's nobody I'd rather make a movie with than my.
Aww.
So
Oh, I'm gonna cry.
excluding all of us.
Yeah, let's do outside our crew.
outside our
for
crew.
sure.
Yeah,
Because
that
that's like
Well, you've already made movies.
Let's not make it
like,
weird.
yeah. Like, yo, that's fucked up, dude.
Yeah. You don't want me to fucking film your fantasy movie?
Okay. So I'll do my shooter first.
Yeah, so we got.
Yeah, you need the inspiration from the manners.
Nanners. They're like that, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that would stay on there like that. I've never seen that.
It
before.
does, dude,
Because it's got
the
spikies. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's terrible.
Oh god. Clip that.
Oh god.
It's 99 proof.
Yo,
It smells like bananas.
too.
Oh, that would be
But hey,
great.
he
I'm a
puking
great
right
guy.
on his
That'd be
Great. Everything burns.
Burns.
I guess so. 5 riders and a filmer.
Yep. 5 riders in a filmer. Any time frame, any time period. And don't think about the budge. The budge is there. Don't worry
Unlimited
about it.
budge. I was pretty worried about the budge.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of number one you gotta worry about there.
We're used to a lot of budge.
Yeah, we got
Hella.
big budgies, dude. I mean, obviously, I'm gonna go with PB, my dog.
Ooh.
Okay.
I love you, Parks.
Skinny Stance P.
Skinny P. He still would just dominate if you put him up to it.
Yeah.
So are you taking Parks Bonifay now or Parks like whenever in his prime?
Honestly, just any time.
All right.
I love you,
Parks.
Parks.
It like
I
doesn't
love it.
matter.
Yeah,
love
I'll
it.
say in his prime just because I want
Whatever,
the
yeah.
best product out of
Yeah.
this movie, But
I would say post prime though.
post prime,
Like-
party parks.
No,
he
no,
was
like
already party
like
parks.
not now, but like not when he was 20. You know, you want like prime Parks, but like wise.
I'm talking like
Parks.
2006 to 8 parks probably.
Okay.
Yeah,
I like
that's
that
That's
Parks.
my
I've
parks.
never met that
That's
Parks,
my like prime-ish parks.
Yeah, I was young when that Parks was up.
Let's see. Damn, this is tricky. Not having the crew. It's so easy when I can just be like,
Yeah. All right, we got Parks Bonifay.
got
Parks
PB1.
Bonifay,
It's a good one to take.
Scott Byerly, just because he's also our dog.
Love you, Scott Byerly.
Facts. Miss you, Scott Byerly.
Come back to Valdosta,
go.
please. I'm out of school now. I can hang out with you.
I'm gonna go Felix.
Okay.
Ooh.
Just oh.
What a save, Cena.
Jesus.
Oh, you're good, and you even put the cap on.
Right.
How's our?
Billy, you need to
I
move
think
that light.
light might be in the
Need to
way.
move
of
that
our one
light,
shot,
not
the
that
other
light.
shot.
For the listeners, we almost just had a catastrophe of every camera and every light going down, and this pod would have been over. That would have been it.
Yeah. We would all been just crying. Hunter would have been crying.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I would have slugged this 40 and then gone to bed.
Yeah.
That's how that would have gone.
I'll deal with it tomorrow. I'm not picking up my cameras now.
All right, we got PB, we got Byerly, we got Felix.
I'm gonna go fucking Nate Perry, dude.
Okay.
Nate Perry, OG
4.
triple.
OG.
I'm trying to like kind of balance it out, but like obviously I'm affinity towards the rail riders, and I know PB and Byerly got it on the rails too, especially Prime.
Defo.
Damn, this is so hard.
You're doing good.
Thanks, dude. I appreciate that.
It's a great movie so far.
Yo,
Who's got Ender, though?
You got 4. You need
Ender?
one more.
Oh,
Dairy.
I can't-
Dare.
I mean, I
can't
guess
say
he's in the
Derry.
crew.
He's in the
you
crew.
might as
Put
well.
Darian, put
He's
Darian.
pretty sick.
I mean, Derry's gonna be in it. He's at least in the friends
He's
section.
gonna have the ender.
And he's gonna have the Ender.
You don't have to put him in there. I just
No, I'm gonna just keep it outside
Ross
the
just
crew.
like thought. He's like, oh my god, you could put Dairy in there.
Oh, dude, this is tricky.
Where is
like the
Derry?
obvious choice is Raph, you know, but I don't want to go so obvious. I'm trying to be a little more obscure, dude.
You're definitely covering all the. If you take Raph, you're covering all the goats. Like anybody's
Yeah,
answer for
I
a
mean,
goat,
that's too
you're
much.
covering.
it's like Mount Rushmore.
You could go.
Yeah,
Ollie.
that is. That is.
Oh yeah, Ollie D.
Okay.
Ollie B. Can I say Ollie
dark
B?
horse.
Why couldn't you?
Yeah, we could
Because
bring
he's
back
kind
injured
of
people.
in the.
He's kinda
He
in
is
the
in the
crew,
crew,
but not
he's
so
in
much.
a movie. With
I
us.
say you say it. Ollie B.
Ollie B. Ollie Brumlin.
Ollie Bremlin.
Yeah,
And then
I
filmer.
love you, Ollie.
Yeah, who you got
Brumlin.
filming?
Patrick Wieland.
All right, Patrick Whelan.
Just
hit you guys
kidding. I'm
up.
kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Damn. There's some history there.
Well, you're not in the movie, so you wouldn't have to worry about it then.
Yeah, I will go with Taylor Hanley.
Okay, see Hanley. That's
Okay.
Just because I know he's
That's
gonna do a
good.
great job.
Yeah,
you
he's
know?
gonna. Yeah,
He's gonna have a couple meltdowns out there. I'm not one of the riders. I mean, I guess I am one of the riders.
You're a producer, dude.
I'm
You're just
producer.
Gonna
kinda-
take it so serious.
You're pulling strings here.
I'll just
Yeah.
be like, Taylor, these are legends here. You gotta chill out. So
All right, great. Love that. Let's have Cross spin now. Cross,
Give
your
her a
turn
spin.
to
All right.
rip that thing, dude.
Cross burp counter's already up there.
Is it?
Cross is
It's good. It's up there.
massacring us on the burps right now.
He's
I
kind
also
of
didn't
crushing.
burp until I was 13.
There's no way that's true.
There's no way.
Cross, I didn't even know that.
Bro, my mama can vouch for me.
He's so random, dude.
Got here.
A lot of things happened when you were 13. Last wake movie you watched in full.
Parks documentary.
Really?
I love that one.
And that includes like full edits, so like formats or anything. I was just wondering if it's Parks documentary, which it could be. I just
I
just wanna make
last
sure to include it.
edit I watched was this one with Jake Flynn in Europe.
okay.
But the last Wake movie I watched
Parks
was the
documentary?
Parks documentary.
Fucking solid.
Yeah.
Not a
Yeah.
bad choice.
I just love
good
it,
choice.
dude. And hearing his dad talk, like, so funny, these quotes from his uncle and shit.
Yeah.
Dude, the whole, his story's special. I like this. And the movie's put together so well.
Yeah, I rewatched that like not long ago, and it was so sick.
I love it. I used to watch it
I
every
texted
Friday
him and
night.
I was just like, it's so crazy that like we're the homies now.
Yeah.
Just like after watching that and all of its epicness, it's like kind of fucked up that we're like,
Yeah, he's
I
a
can,
legend,
I can
dude.
text this guy. That
And he'll
I
respond.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That I
I
just,
slept
Sure.
I'm
on
like,
his
it's so
couch,
fun.
dude.
Yeah.
I was taking Snapchats like, dude, I'm on Parks Bonifay's couch. Yeah. Stay, dude.
Oh yeah.
He goes to Orlando. He's like, no, I'm staying at Parks' house.
Yeah. we've partied hard with Parks on like
You fell in his
multiple.
koi pond.
I did.
Yeah, you
And
did.
somehow like didn't fuck my leg up.
Yeah, you got lucky.
That was
Lucky ass
crazy.
legs. But
Lucky
nah,
ass
Parks documentary, sick ass watch. Go watch it.
Yeah, give that a watch.
I think it's on YouTube.
That'll be the show.
now.
It is.
I
That's
think
what
it
I
is
was
on
watching.
YouTube. Full
on.
things on YouTube,
I have
yeah.
the old disc. It's signed. I got it signed by him at like a pro wakeboard tour in Atlanta, Alatuna Lake or whatever.
Ackworth.
Yeah.
Ackworth
Yeah.
Lake.
Lake
yes.
Alatuna, but it's
Lake
in Ackworth.
Alatuna, yeah.
Nice.
I have a hat signed by Parks and all the dudes. Parks is sick. He's been to my house in a contest. I love
Parks is the
he's
man,
my-
dude.
he's my
He's the
favorite.
man. Like that, yeah.
Cross used to watch that movie every night before he went to sleep.
Yeah, Cody'd come over every Friday. He'd spend the night. We'd eat Captain Crunch, stay up late, watch that movie. It's sick.
Was that the first time you had Captain Crunch when you were 13 too?
Nah, bro.
Cereal 13?
Probably
No, but
7.
McDonald's.
For real?
McDonald's
13?
was around 13. My first time.
It's so
First kiss 13.
Definitely not.
So is
I
13
think
the best
so,
year? of your life?
dude. 8th grade. Nah, 7.
First kiss was like last year.
All right, Wes, your turn. Give this wheel a spin here.
Oh, yeah,
That was a
Wes.
quick blind spin there. We got. Oh, last week movie you watched plus a 5-second chug.
That's so boring. Dude.
Spin it again then.
Yeah, we can't
No,
just.
no. 5-second chug before you spin it.
Okay,
There you go. Yeah,
okay.
you got,
That's fair.
For the respin.
you got to pay the toll.
Yeah, pay the troll toll.
Bumhole.
3, 4, 5. You did say you want to drink it quick so it doesn't get warm. So
It's still pretty. It's crispy, dude.
I kind of like Miller High Life now.
Same.
you wanted to respin. This is on you.
Chug a beer
And
and
steal a
Steal a
trick.
trick.
Steal a trick. I actually kind of like that one. I don't know if you got anything on your head, but in your head, but
A kicker hit.
toe back 7. So steal a trick.
steal
for
one
the
from
listeners.
myself. I've done that trick before. Steal a trick, bro.
Steal a trick for the listeners who don't know. It's you can steal a trick from any
just
rider.
Steal the most fucked up kicker trick.
I'm gonna steal 2 tricks, dude. Easy one, probably Quinn's nose press, cause
Aw.
he
One
can,
comes to mind right now, but yeah.
and he can do him switching regs, and it's really tight. And then more like specifically, fuck, Pedro did this thing that's been in my head for a while, and I can't really do it how I want to do it. And he didn't really do it how I want to do it either, but like he kind of did it, and I was like blown away. I was like pissed and like happy too. That
What are we talking about?
it's like he like does. You can do it on an eddy spin, but he's like does a back lip and like you stank out the back lip to like back one, like all the way, and then you grab the water with your nose and then bring it back. But like if you do it really good, you could also like spank it back where like you're getting pop out of it.
Yeah.
And I've had this in my head for so long, but I've never really quite figured it out. Like I have like a little bit, but it's never felt the way that
you know it needs to feel.
Yeah, exactly, to be cool. But I'm still like want to work on it and make it a thing. But like there's so much opportunity with this. I mean, it's the same thing as like the normal like back nose revert spank where you're dragging your tail and popping it around, but you're doing it like with back ones and pulling it back regular. So you could do like the front three, and then it looks like you're doing a front three and setting it down, but you hit your nose and then you spank it back. Yeah. And it's like, so you really just be fucking with people's heads. And he kind of did it in Tiger Bomb.
Okay, I was wondering what
it's in Tiger Bomb.
Okay.
But he like he doesn't go like all the way. He just kind of does like, he's kind of maybe a little bit past 90, but he gets the nose on the water and flaps it back like real steezy Pedro swag. And
He's working on another sick ass edit over there too.
yeah,
From Ty Wake Park? Another one?
Yeah, dude, he's so sick.
I did. He hit me up after my podcast and was like, just like hyping me because I was just gave him so many shout outs in mine. But like, dude, yeah,
We love you, Pedro.
Yeah,
dude.
dude.
He was
sickest,
one of my
dude.
favorite friends I made in Thailand too. Like we've never not been friends. I met him before, but like in Thailand we vibed. And Pedro is sick, dude.
Pedro's up there for every wakeboarder's favorite wakeboarder. I feel like, dude, like.
But he's such a good dude too. He's like a little sweetheart, which makes it so much cooler. And he's not like, he's like the best fucking wakeboarder, but he doesn't care. You know what I mean? It's not like he's not like, yeah, I'm the best fucking wakeboarder, like, and I know it. He's like chill and cool.
Like, no, I'm having a ton of fun.
Yeah,
killing it,
and it's so refreshing to see. And he's like and he does his own shit too. Like,
yeah, he's working on a sick ass edit. I've seen like just a timeline of it that Luke had put together, and it was fucking sick.
oh, for sure, dude.
Love it, dude. All right,
And he's rocking the Space Mob shorts on the rig, dude.
Yeah, dude. The ones I gave him to him at
and
West
they look
Rock.
good on him, dude.
Dude, facts.
Maybe
They look good on
it's
everybody.
okay to say it. And he tried out the Space Rover in Thailand, and he killed it on the board. We didn't film or anything because he's
Someone filmed. He
got
sent
obligations.
me clips.
yeah, but dude, Pedro,
But I was like, I
shred.
know I can't post this,
He
right?
can
And
shred
was like,
anything.
yeah. But he was super hyped, and that's cool.
it was pretty sick. dude.
'Cause you
He
should be hyped on the
destroyed
Space
that
Rover,
board.
'cause
Don't
His
steal our
nose-
board, Pedro.
dude. His nose press on that thing was insane, dude.
Nah, he should make a directional with hyperlight or hyperlight.
Yeah. And his board does look sick, dude. Like that board looks sick.
Yeah,
There
everybody
should
likes
be
that.
more
There should,
directionals.
that's what
too.
I was going to say. There should be more directionals. Hey,
Yeah.
Penny.
Oh, that was dog.
Dude,
All right,
spinning.
I'll give this unit a spin here.
Rover's so tight.
Yeah,
So tight.
Move on.
Pedro is too.
Oh, you're holding it. Love
I'm
it.
holding it.
Wiggle it.
Yeah,
wiggle
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I'm going to see it first.
What do you got?
Which one should we choose?
Spin it once.
Just go ahead and chug 5 seconds first.
Okay.
Yeah, because
I'm gonna
you got to
trust you
spin
on this
again.
cross.
You got to spin
Okay, I
again.
got to spin again. All right.
Because we're not doing the same questions. It's so boring.
No, dude, it's got to be different. All right.
Yeah. Finish your 40.
No, that's not on there. That's definitely not on there.
But it's make a movie plus shooter, dude.
Well, just pick
And
one then. Just
Okay,
pick one.
but
dude.
you got to
Okay.
hit the
Just
shooter
pick
too.
something
though.
then,
You got to
dude.
hit the shooter.
There's
at least.
no more shooters. We only got
What
one
the
shooter. It was
How are
just
you
for
gonna put
you.
it on there? There's 4 of them.
Because it was.
Go to next one. That one.
This one?
I think so.
Okay.
And it can't be.
But he already told us this.
yeah, it can't be the one he already said. It's
Can't be the
somebody
one you already said today. Who's the GOAT plus beer chug?
Okay, so I typically say go is Raph. And that's, I stand
That's
by
obvious.
that. I stand by that
Stand
answer.
on business.
But you know what I'm going to do?
It's too
Obscure.
easy,
Let's
dude.
go
It's too
obscure.
easy. It's a
Obscure.
layup. I'm gonna
Dark
go-
horse
I'm
goat.
not going to go obscure. I'm going to go goat in the making. I think dairy, and this is obviously maybe a little pandering, but
He's
like
been
dairy,
in the
he's been
making.
made.
He's made.
In
He
the
is-
in
he
the
is the
making.
goat, dude.
his career's not over, dude.
No, but
that's
he's
what I
still
mean,
the
dude.
goat, dude. Tom Brady was
Well, there's
the
only
goat
one
while
goat.
he
That's
was
the
still
thing.
playing.
There's only
right?
one goat. So, but I'm just saying his career's not over, and he's still stacking.
The thing is like you could put dairy behind a boat if you're talking goat boat, and he
Go
would
boat.
fuck
If
it
you're
up.
talking, go
he
boat.
could be as good as anybody on a boat.
And that's why I'm picking Derry, dude, because he truly is good at all disciplines of the sport.
Yeah.
And that's like undeniable.
And he's
so
so
Insane in
sick,
every discipline.
dude.
yeah.
And he
No
just
fins.
doesn't even get the hype he deserves. I feel
Yeah.
like he gets some, but like
Not enough,
Jesus,
dude. Let's pour one out for
So-
Derry on the table.
Yeah,
Put
and
that
Derry-
elephant-
And Derry's a really good chef, and he's a great gardener. He's taught me everything I know
Let me get
about
one of these. Let me
gardening.
get one of these.
And he's a sweet
Derry.
boy,
Like
and
a
he's
Derry.
about to be here soon.
All right. So if someone wants to grab that elephant wheel of questions, put it back. Thank you to Liquid Force for that elephant wheel of questions. We definitely got a lot of good answers out of that. But
We had
so we're-
LF fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank
we
you,
did.
LF, and congrats to getting Gavin. Sick one.
that was a big pickup, dude. I mean, I think we might as well talk about that now. That's a good lead into
Hell yeah.
because that was big signings. I feel like in wakeboarding, it's not. Snowboarding, you don't even really see him that much either, where it's like, okay, well, he's at this one company. Oh, he's going to go to another brand.
We don't really hear about him.
Yeah, it's,
Who just had one? Somebody just changed to Ride.
oh, Blake Paul.
Blake Paul.
Blake Paul,
that's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Oh, Liam,
And I mean, you
Liam
had
Braley
Zeb
just got
going.
spawny,
Yeah,
dude.
and Liam.
Yeah.
So, like, there it happens. Definitely more in other sports, but, like,
In disc golf, it's like hella celebrated.
is there
Yeah.
like
Hella
switching
brand.
brands and stuff?
Oh yeah, and like at the end of each year, everyone posts about like I'm staying with this brand for this amount of years.
Oh, so they're like, okay.
it's like so open.
They're pretty.
like,
They're pretty transparent with their
goes on the
contracts.
cross counter.
so transparent.
We should
with
be
their
like that more in wakeboarding, dude.
Yeah,
Let's
no
just
one
start-
talks
Let's
numbers.
just start posting about our contracts, dude.
I don't know how well that goes for everybody. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
I think it would be sick.
It'd be good
I
for
mean,
the sport, though. I think just to like know,
if everyone was transparent, it would be crazy.
It would be wild.
it would be
Because
wild.
everyone's so dark about it. Like no one wants
It
to
is
talk
weird.
about it.
It is a weird thing.
Like riders won't tell other riders what they make and stuff. Like we all know, like we're transparent.
But we're friends.
But like I ask people like I guess I don't know if I should say.
Yeah, it's a weird subject.
That's
like,
what I'm
I know
saying.
It's something you don't know if you should talk about.
Like
but
I had
think it
another
should be more
brand
talked about.
approach me and was like talking some stuff and like they just like so hyped on Space Mob and stuff and blah blah blah, talking, if Slingshot's not doing this or that, then like we can do this and that. And then I was like talking to one of their riders and I'm like, well, I mean, what do you make? Because like, I mean, you can't just like pick us up. Like you can't pick me up because like you gotta pick.
it's complicated.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I was asking him, I was like, well, what do you make? And he's like, oh, I can't tell you that. And I was like, really? Like,
I feel like rider to rider, you got to be
I
like,
thought we're fucking,
We're friends,
We're
dude.
talking
We're
business,
friends.
dude.
It's like if you get leverage because somebody else is making more than you, then that's a good thing, not a bad thing. You can like use that to leverage your way up or
I
something.
mean, that's every other
or
professional
at least you know
sport.
you're not getting fucked over because like
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's a thing in industries like where it's a small industry and there's big companies like people take advantage of people.
yeah.
It's
Well,
normal.
In like board sports, I feel like there's such a heavy like startup with the flow side where it's like you're barely scraping by and you're working your ass off to get there. And then you never want to tell anybody when you're not making any money and you're ripping, like killing it. You're not like, yo, how much you making? Unless you're like on the verge, but like you're lucky that you're even getting anything type of thing. So I feel
Yeah.
like in baseball or football, it's like this shit's broadcast.
It's
on
broadcast.
Every
Yeah,
it's on
video.
ESPN
It's
when it
like,
happens,
Yeah,
yeah.
so it's
Yeah.
just it's a weird thing. And like in normal life, you don't tell people what you make, or what it's not. It's like faux pas to talk about
Yeah.
your.
And in
your
contests,
finances.
they'd be like writing the prize money like wicked ass small and stuff because like they're embarrassed about like first place, like how much they're actually paying. You got all these riders here, and it's like,
And back in the day, wasn't it a thing where companies used to like match what you
Oh,
made at
dude.
contests? Like,
Yeah.
what happened to that, dude?
long gone.
Yeah.
What?
The incentive days.
Trent
were
would
so
be like
big, dude.
riding in a Lambo or something, dude. Like, real. He'd like bankrupt the whole industry, dude. Like, if that was still a thing.
That's probably why it's not right there. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know where the money. I feel like there's definitely some more marketing dollars that should come back into like the athletes' hands. That's definitely.
Or like now with social media, bro. Like back in the day, magazines were a thing. It's like if you get in a magazine and you see their sticker on your board, you're making money. But like you have to post on social media just to like be on a team. And it's like, dude, what like that's the new magazine. So where's the incentives for that other than just like being a part of something?
Yeah.
But the magazines are getting ad revenue where social media is just a free app.
I get it, but it's also like different still.
And
I mean, dude, when Dylan Miller was talking about his O'Neal contract, he had incentives for views and like counts. Like,
yeah.
So
like brands honestly got to get with that.
Get with that and set them kind of high and make the riders be like, "Yo, I got to get fucking creative."
Yeah,
to, like, get these numbers.
Yeah,
and they will.
They got to get with it for real.
That was a sweet spot though when he had that, because there was a time where that was a thing, and like social media hasn't gone anywhere, but I think that it's just gotten.
It moves
like,
quick.
So many people have figured out a way to proxy, do all this shit, and so there's like kind of a.
They don't ask how that's
it's kind of a gray area as to like, oh, you get like if you get this many likes or comments or whatever, then we'll incentivize it. But then you can just like, oh well, I just need to pay for bots or whatever people do. It's whereas
you
in
could
a
have
magazine,
metrics, dude. There could be people in marketing that come up with metrics of like
and the
engagement
metrics
plus
change,
views and shit,
dude,
like,
and that's
sure.
okay
And
if
it
the
changes
metrics
so
change
fast.
quarterly, but
Well,
like
like,
at least
fuck
have something
TikTok.
for us.
Just
TikTok's
don't,
dead, dude.
don't make us get on TikTok.
please.
I think I kind of want to talk
enough
about TikTok
ads.
for a second because you and I were talking about TikTok and like the community aspect of TikTok is not there. I don't
Fuck
think.
TikTok. I don't even want to talk about it.
All right, we're moving on. That was talking TikTok.
TikTok talk.
TikTok talk. TikTok talk real well.
Hell nah.
Oh man.
Love it. All right. Let's moving on to. I say we do another Patreon question here. We got one from Frank Adkins. So you guys been out in the streets
Frank.
yesterday, right?
My dog.
So recently, you guys been getting after it.
Yeah.
And he's wondering moto winch versus re-winch versus gas winch, and then also what's the winch trip essentials that you don't go without?
Well, I
Great
mean,
question. Coffee.
electric winch
Snacks.
over gas winch all day. If you
I
can
feel
get
like
an
that.
electric winch, use it.
Yeah.
I mean, moto like
I've never ridden a re-winch.
I haven't. I've looked at a re-winch from
I've
the
used
inside
it.
out, and
Yeah.
I've heard I haven't used it.
I've heard
but
bad things.
There's been
through and through.
There's been a time where some of our homies at the park were using a re-winch, and they were having some problems.
They
And
just
I just
break.
brought the moto
That's
winch
what I
out.
heard.
Can I describe it? I think I've tried all three of them.
Oh, you mean sculpture too?
Yeah, and
Okay.
sculpture too.
Okay.
Get it, Crawl.
I would say that the re-winch is like a Ryobi,
Ooh.
but it works and it's cheap.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I like
It's a
it.
good one.
I like
And
it.
then-
My dad.
And then the
would own a
moto
re-winch of
moto
this.
winch is more like it's more like what's something reliable like
loves
what's
Ryobi.
a
A
what's
Milwaukee or
a Milwaukee
Makita.
or like a Makita or a DeWalt or something like that.
Wait,
Sick.
what is?
The
moto
moto
winch?
winch is like
Makita.
Makita. And then what's like the
Sculpture's
top of the line, like
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee? Sculpture is Milwaukee
Sculpture's
because it's like
Milwaukee.
two German perfect.
I have heard
It's-
sculpture
Yeah.
is just the cream of the crop.
It's perfect.
It is.
But like
not
dude,
to even dog
but
the other.
moto
but,
winch
like,
is insane, and it's like they're
It's-
still working on
The
that
only
shit.
reason Sculpture is the best is because their packaging is so compact and they have speed control. That's it.
it's German engineering.
Like
dude.
Moto
you can never
Winch,
beat it.
Moto Winch is insane. Like it's so smooth, it's so powerful. The battery lasts for literally days, which is probably better than Sculpture.
And it recharges when you pull the rope back out. Like it's crazy.
damn, I didn't know
insane.
that. That's wild.
But
Yeah.
the only thing is Sculpture has the speed control. It's
Well,
like
And
Re-winch
Moto
has speed
Winch is
control, too.
Moto Winch is
of course it has
is
speed
evolving.
control, but it's just like this.
No, re-winch. I'm saying.
oh
Has speed
yeah,
control.
true,
Yeah.
true,
Yeah.
exactly.
Which is like, but it's still, dude. You're always having to maintenance those things, or the motors are going out, or something like.
And it's
Yeah.
not a knock against them
No, they're
because
dope,
it
dude.
works well.
Everybody
but,
has Ryobi
like,
shit.
When I took it apart, Trey Senef, I believe, brought one to the park, and I took one apart because
Yeah.
we were getting hooked up by Moto Winch. I was checking it out just to see what the differences were, and it's like 4 or 2, I can't remember how many motors, but it's like these mini motors, and it's all plastic gearing. So
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, that's what I heard,
literally, like
so-
the Moto Winch is like a hub motor, like just like what your electric motorcycle has. and that's what also I think what the sculpture is, and that is it's higher quality. It's like a Tesla versus like a Nissan Leaf. You know, it's
like you get what you pay for. And then you can't get the sculpture in anywhere but Europe because it's that good.
Well,
that's like literally it.
Well, the reason they don't want to bring it to America is because that provides like a whole, exactly.
Which
it's
is
like a
as
layer
great
of
as it gets, because then they can't. It's like
because
they don't even want to sell it to you if they can't make it perfect.
If something goes wrong in America,
they want to be
their customer service.
They
isn't
want
gonna be
exactly.
there.
That's
Like,
the
it's
only
sick.
reason. That's the only reason.
It's sick.
I would say as long as you get an electric winch, you're fucking 90% of the way there.
Sure.
I don't think you're gonna be
defo,
upset
dude.
in any way you go.
No way.
Yeah, just look for each one that's best for you.
Gas winching is like so fucking dead. Like, dude, I mean, like,
just save up for a little bit longer,
If for some reason like the moto winch that we have, like the battery like blew up or something, we still have gas winches and stuff. If that was the case and we had a winch mission plan, we would just probably cancel.
I'm not going.
We would just cancel.
No, for sure not.
And it's not.
You can't go back.
Like
You can't go back.
We had the best gas winch you could possibly get your hands on.
Shout out Leader Winch.
Leader winch.
Yeah, facts.
And
they're at the park today.
By far the best winch as far as gas goes.
Yeah.
Lightest, easiest to use,
Yeah.
best speed control, but still was a gas winch. And
Yeah.
they understood too. They tried to help us come up with an electric winch. It was a lot to come up with.
It's crazy thinking about going back to a gas winch. Like, dude,
like the
we
dark
had to
side,
start the winch every time, every pull.
Yeah. That's
like just
crazy.
you know what I mean? Like how crazy is that?
sitting
And
there,
remember
like,
when
on
it wouldn't
Spotify.
start and you're
Yeah.
like lugging on this thing,
And then it goes, and the riders already like drop their shoulders, and they're like waiting. And then all of a sudden it goes, and you're just, oh shit, I'm hitting this right now.
And
Like,
not to
I thought
mention
we were
it's
broken.
loud, dude. You pull up to a park spot, and people are like feeding ducks and shit.
Not
like,
to mention you can pull yourself with a moto winch, which is something that like no other winch
You need a
can
three
do.
winch too. Three winch
can?
has the rider.
It's
remote,
not legal
But
in
not
the U.S.
patented because Moto Winch is patented it.
We're talking legality, but we're winching
Legalities.
here, boys.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about, boys.
I don't think
throwing shots.
No, I don't think
They
I don't think you
have
can
the
buy
patent.
it.
They don't have the patent.
I don't think you can buy it in the U.S. I think you
I
can
think only
use
like
that
yeah,
overseas.
JD
Okay.
might have it, and
And you
then
can
I think it's done.
You
And
can
Graham's
turn.
got one. Graham's got one for sure.
Yeah,
But I think
but
you sent
he's
it.
sponsored.
Yeah,
Then
yeah.
maybe that was the one.
But you can turn every electric winch you can turn into a makeshift 2 tower.
Yeah.
Every one of them. Like there's a way to do it, 100%, and that alone is special. Like
Yeah.
you can't really do that with a gas winch. Like you could, but with all the things that come along with gas winching,
But, like,
it's just
ew,
another
it's just
thing to fuck up. Yeah, and it's just another thing to fuck up, you know?
I think as far as a buzz factor too, like people that are gonna kick you out are more impressed when they don't know what's pulling you. Like there's
Yeah,
so
yeah.
much
Yeah.
more.
Oh,
Like
it's a
whoa.
sleek piece of
They're like,
technology.
It's like
yeah.
magic.
And
you know?
old
It
dudes
really
like, what
chills
is
everyone
pulling
out.
you? Versus like, get that loud thing.
Yeah, because
outta
they
here.
know what's pulling you when you fire up that gas
Yeah.
motor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For
Like,
sure.
Lawnmower, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like one of those things where they're like, oh, he knows what he's doing.
Frank
What's this wizardry?
Frank Atkins, dude, he dug our pond. Shout out Frank.
Yeah.
What was the second part?
Second part is, well, there's 3 parts to this, but the second part is, if VWC was abducted and removed from Earth, what park would each of you call home? So VWC out of the equation.
I'd go back to Eastman.
What park?
My home part.
Back
Let's go
Gravity
public. Let's go
Gravity
public. So it
Research,
can be
dude.
relatable. Oh, I mean, okay.
I would have to say that
Gravity
too. But
Research Compound, dude. I'd go back to Eastman. I'd start me a garden, and I'd just build rails.
Yeah.
I'd join them, dude, 100%, because those were the days for sure.
All right. The boys are going to Eastman. That's what it sounds
If
like.
we're all together, we
I
can
ain't
make some
going to
shit
Eastman.
happen.
Wes is not going to Eastman.
I am not going to Eastman, Georgia. Hell nah. Y'all have fun though.
Come visit you every now and again.
Nope.
Where you going then, Wes, huh?
Well, I don't know. Full parks are tough. Like there's not a lot of full parks that can do what Valdosta can do. So it's tough.
Yeah. Gun to head. What are you doing?
Maybe somewhere in Europe.
All right. I mean, that's an option. Everywhere in the world's an option.
Yeah.
It says full park.
I didn't say full park. Just where you going?
Just a park.
Park you call home.
Yeah.
if it
I don't
was-
know. Probably elevated.
Yeah.
North
If it was
That's
Carolina.
home. Yeah, that's home too.
If it was
Yeah.
a full park, I'd go to Thailand.
That's
You know what I mean, man? Should I wear these slippers with my AK?
All right, we got an interesting one that I am curious to hear your guys' thoughts on. So this guy's name is Flippy Spinney. I have no idea who he is.
He commented on my podcast.
He did, yeah. So he's talking about hacking. So this is probably more so unit features and stuff, but he's wondering, is hacking features at a full-size cable overrated? At my home cable in southern Georgia, the new owners are kind of obsessed with hacking features. Last season, I had the feeling the average Joe or beginner were not making any more progress or even developing backwards due to the constant hacking and setup changes.
I feel that.
In southern Georgia.
Southern Germany. Don't know why I said Georgia. Actually, I know why I said
There's
Georgia.
there's one.
We out here.
Yeah.
It's like, what are we talking about here?
Damn, dog.
I think definitely overrated.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh, maybe overplayed is like maybe how I would say
And
it.
like because people want to, well, because when you're hacking stuff, it's always unit stuff, and like you take apart unit stuff, and like to me, like everyone wants to call Valdosta sketchy and shit, and everyone's like, oh, it park's so sketchy and this and that, but like nothing is more terrifying than a unit corner.
Facts.
Yeah.
Dairy Shins will tell you the same.
Yeah, shins.
Like
shins.
no handrail or.
You
Dude,
can't break it. It breaks you.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and when people are hacking things up, like, then they're exposing unit corners everywhere, and like, there's nothing more dangerous than a unit corner.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and that's like, I'm pretty sure like that girl that Cena just posted about, who like nearly died because of this hack. I don't know exactly what happened, but I guarantee she ran into a unit corner. Yeah. Because how else would that have happened? She ran into a unit corner. And I'm pretty sure Mary Roget did the same thing in Milano.
My only KO wakeboarding was on a unit corner at Terminus in 2014. At
Yeah, and Quinn KO'd his shit on a unit corner too at
it was
Terminus.
Fucked up. I'd never been so knocked out.
What happened?
It was at the free-for-all, and so everybody rode for free, but there was a long-ass line, and I hadn't been to Terminus since, like, the summer before, and the pool gap used to be on the right-hand side on the back side, and they had changed the setup to where it was, like, right off the start dock on the left-hand side. And I, like...
You come off the dock hot.
Bro, I come off the dock hot.
I hate those situations.
Hot, hype to ride, and I've been riding at the compound.
You're waiting the whole time.
And it's like such a different pool gap at the time to where you like pop over the grass into the pool gap and have time to set up. And it's like fucking choppy as hell. It's a sketchy cable because everybody's out there riding for free. There's like not a carrier open. You're waiting for an hour. I get out there in the pool, hop off the ramp and like fly over the whole pool gap on accident and land like 3 feet before the end of the water. And like Terminus back in the day used to have on their pool gap like these gnarly safeties on like the rails because and they also had like little bit gaps on the bottom, like your board could kind of go in the
If you were board sliding, you might.
or
go
like
under.
if you like I went up under, dude. Like I remember I like came in toe side, popped, and then like accidentally gapped most of the pool, landed in like chop. My nose clipped under like the ledge safety, and then I just like cartwheel into the stairs, like head first into the stairs, and I like wake up on the stairs, like not even in the water.
You're just fish out of water on the stairs
dude,
there.
I just remember I was like hearing like weird sounds and like my mama screaming and like weird noises in my head. And I like take off my boots and swim back to the dock and like, or swim back to the shore. And I would just like, when I got back to the shore, I like started puking and shit and like had a gnarly ass concussion. Was like kind of just out of it the rest of the day. Damn. And that was like my gnarly like unit story. I was like, fuck, you really got to watch it because that shit is not like given at all.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I got knocked out in Thailand one time, and I didn't hit any feature. I like came off of it. I don't even remember, but that's what I was told. Just like came off a feature and like tomahawked, like nose pick edge, you know, and just like lost consciousness and like lost a whole day pretty much.
Yeah,
and just like
a whole day. That's
a
bad KO then.
Yeah, like, well, I mean, I was there, but I didn't know I was there. Like, I like came to kind of like that night.
Okay.
It's like bad. I was like crying and shit because I was so scared because I didn't know what happened. You know what I mean? I just like woke up and it was like night and I'm like walking with Cena around the cable and just like,
dude, yeah, I had the same thing happen. I mean, mine was on the boat, but it was the same thing. I was like crying. I was angry. Like, I would get angry and then I would cry.
Because you don't know you don't know what just happened and stuff. You're just like searching for answers and it's scary.
It's really scary. Yeah. That's I would take any injury pretty much. I mean, obviously non crazy ones, but like broken arm or like a bad.
Just like kept asking Bill like what happened, like where am I and shit. It's like
I remember talking to you after that and you were like fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, you were upset.
Yeah, I was spun, dude. That shit was crazy. And I didn't know what I did. I was like, why what happened? Like, what did I do? I'm so chill at wakeboarding. Like, I don't get knocked out, dog. Like,
yeah.
I'm chilling.
I mean, buttering out here. Don't knocked out.
I was biting.
I have taken my worst like back edges on like a attempted butter though, so that I will say that
happens.
It does happen.
All right. We got one last Patreon question here from Brad Hakma, and he's wondering, will we ever see a street league styled event where winch spots get built into a 2.0 setup? Is it a matter of costs? What something like that would look like?
It's kind of already happened in Portugal, right?
Yeah, true.
100%.
But like, as far as like
on a regular basis, maybe.
Yeah, but you just need street league money for that shit to go down.
Yeah, we're not like a sport like skateboarding is. Like,
there's just like no money in wakeboarding right now to do that kind of shit.
Yeah, we're lucky to have like brands and pros, much less like.
I mean, the yard sale is probably the closest to street league that you can get,
Or like a Red Bull contest in like a river in the street or something. But even then, they have unit rails, so it's not like the same. But it's like, you kind of at a winch.
But I mean, street league is just a skate park.
Exactly, and they're just in an urban
street
spot.
Like skate unit, basically. I mean, it's like,
It's normal.
But they got steel.
Yeah. But the concrete's money. Like everything's perfect.
Yeah, concrete, steel, no plastic.
What? And what's up with different plastics in places, man? Like, why the fuck does my board stick at other parks, dude? Like, I know that happens to other people.
They get used to it. They use that stick to control their
I think
tricks.
people just get used to it.
Yeah.
100%.
People definitely get used to it.
You can actually, once you get used to it, you can use it to like control it.
And to like spin out better because you're
I'm just a bitch.
But I mean,
just get used to it.
You said it, brother, not us.
But if you don't ride there every day, it is weird as hell.
Dude, that's where
I go to any other park, I'm sticking. I'm like, what the hell's happening?
Facts,
like,
dude.
what?
Facts. It's
If we're at your park, we're waxing, dude.
Yeah, and if you don't like it, we're waxing in the parking lot,
Yeah.
dog. Like, we're getting that shit
Hot
done.
wax,
Hundo P,
dude.
dude.
Where
Yo.
the iron at?
Yo, the hot wax.
That'll do it, bro.
That's a thing, dude. We've definitely done that for some winch missions. Like
sure.
back in the day. We haven't done it in a minute, but like.
The old coalition, the first one, the limited.
Yeah.
I hot waxed that one
Yeah.
board. It was like never stuck.
Ice, baby.
Ever again, dude. That bitch was like ice.
For sure, dude. Why not?
Why not?
Run
hey,
that shit.
I'm about to pee, dude.
That's perfect timing. Let's take a break. That's perfect.
So we're filming our fourth movie, but it's not going to be a coalition. It's just going to be a Space Mob presents
Ritual knife.
Ritual Knife. Damn. It's pretty
Ritual
sick.
knife.
All right, yeah, Ritual Knife. Never mind. We got it.
Never mind. We'll come up with a different contest.
So not a full movie, but how long you thinking roughly? You got anything in your
Dude,
head?
I don't really know. I just
know?
want to film all year, and I'm going to go to Europe and film those months and whoever's down for the cause. So, yeah, hit me up if you want to winch in Europe this summer. We'll be there and down.
Hey, dude,
And we're gonna film too, bro.
Come on in.
We're gonna film in the U.S. as well here.
And actually, I think I'm going to broadcast this on Space Mob, but I also want to, like, let people send me clips and like make
Ooh,
That'd be sick.
Helgeson's.
Yes, like an open part.
make a section of
Send us the most fucked up crashes, the most fucked up stupid crashes and stupid sick shit. Go watch open part on YouTube. The Helgesons did this shit. It's sick, and we need this in wakeboarding.
So I
like,
think
Winching.
Simon,
winching
shout out
only.
Simon.
Yeah.
Send in clips, so we're gonna do that. It's official.
I like that idea, and that's a good. I mean, it's not like space tapes, but it's like a way to get everybody who wants to be involved. Like, you want to be involved, you want to be.
You
want to,
yeah.
But dude,
You're
like the
after it,
winch
like-
guy, like what's his name, Mark C.
He
in
just
Florida.
sent me a clip.
Like I'm
No way.
saying,
That
bro.
just
Go
sent me a
in.
clip.
Dude,
That's
there's
what made me
homies.
think about
There's
it.
homies out here
yeah.
stacking and getting broke off, and like this
Look at
shit
this
needs to
clip.
be
You don't
in
have
some
you don't
shit,
you don't
dude.
have to get broke off though.
Yeah,
if you set some
obviously
sick
the
shit
winch,
down.
the winch guy's done. Some
Just
other
sent you
sick
the
shit.
clips through WeTransfer. But he just
Oh,
sent
dude.
look at this clip, Da. And it's like, dude, look at this sick ass spot, dude. Look at this creep, dude.
That's Brenton's spot, dude. Brenton Priestley.
And he does
that's
mummy.
555,
Yeah, dude. Like,
Dude.
and I was like, that's what sparked this. I was like, dude,
Shout
this
out
homie
Brenton Priestley.
This homie talked to Jake Flynn because Jake and Clark are also down for the cause, and I think they're going
Love
to
it.
film some stuff for it. So I love this idea that, okay, we're going to film a movie, but it's not like, okay, this is just our crew and we're doing our thing. It's like, we're going to spread out the love, and like whoever's down for the cause can be down for the cause. So like filming clips on your own, or if you have your own crew or whatever, like I want to make a hype movie and anyone is welcome.
It gives you a
Open
reason to
part.
go winch
Yeah,
too, because
an
like if
open
you're
part.
just winching, you have like the chance to go once or twice in a summer or whatever. Like at least you have something to put it towards instead of like, I went winching this weekend. Here's the clip on Instagram. It's like put it towards something that matters,
Yeah.
and you can send it in, and it could be in the.
But I
movie,
think I don't
you know?
want to
It's
edit
tight.
it. I don't want to edit it like the Helgesons to where like these are all the send in clips. Like,
True. That's
like,
definitely
I-
their
put them in where they
style.
fit. Put them in where they fit.
I want to make
Yeah.
a movie, and like I'm not saying if you send me a clip, it's gonna make it in the movie, but like I'm saying it definitely could.
Yeah,
It's like tryouts,
If
you know what I'm
if
saying?
it doesn't
Like,
make it in the movie, post it on Instagram.
Yeah, like I'm gonna make it. I want to edit it not as like, oh, these are our clips, and then these are those clips. It's like I want to put everything together.
It's like this is
in the best way you
wakeboarding.
can. Yeah, genau.
Good now.
Gonna.
Shout out Jeremy's.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna say this is like that's like the future of movies, but that's just a cool thing that now we can do. Like that's
Right.
that's something
Yeah.
you can do now.
Yeah.
You could have never done that.
You could have
in, like,
never
the
done
early
that 20 years
2000s
ago,
or-
dude. Like,
yeah,
And
exactly.
it could get more people into winching because they're like, oh, I've never winched, but like if I go film a banger, I'm gonna send it to Wes and maybe get it in the space.
and I don't have to film a whole part, dude.
You don't have to film
Yeah.
a whole part.
Yeah, you should if you want, but like, you
But
don't
that's
have to.
hard. But filming a whole part in the streets is like, it's like almost impossible unless you just have the crew and a winch
And the funds and the time. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a-
like
yeah.
it's a lot.
But this is a good way to dip your toes in the water, dude.
Yeah.
Keep inching in a little bit. Like that's that,
exactly.
yeah, that's awesome.
So
I mean,
like,
sick.
I think it's a good idea, and I just had this idea today, so it's
Wow.
pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm not gonna give you a premiere date, but like, when's the idea of kind of when you're thinking this could come out?
Probably like April next year.
Okay,
Like-
spring release.
Yeah,
Love it.
spring release next year, 1 year project. Because I don't want to like, fuck the trilogy took so long to film because it's like everyone has a full part. It's all winching, so like it just takes so long to get all those clips, and it took what 3 years to get
Yeah.
that thing dialed.
3.
And I don't want to do that again. Like I want to, I want to get
TMW.
yeah.
Too
And the
much
movies
work.
are so sick, and you know. Yeah, the trilogy was like 56 minutes long, and it's like, and I found myself when I scroll YouTube, I'm looking at skate movies and snowboard movies. It's harder for me to click on those hour units than like the 18 minutes.
You're gonna need a lot of like different marketing. I feel like you're gonna need to see it on the gram, then you see it on YouTube.
You need
then
a
see it
lot of
somewhere.
hype.
Then a homie hits you up, is like, you gotta watch this. And it's
Yeah,
like, okay, I'm
yeah.
gonna watch that 55 minutes.
Yeah,
But if I
exactly.
see that thumbnail, I'm not clicking usually. 55.
Which we have with our last movie. Like it did great, and we killed it. Like it's tight.
Yeah.
I love that movie. Like it's I think my favorite. But yeah, I think I want to hit it with like a under 20.
And
I
we've
like
done the formula for 3 movies now, so it's time to kind of
True.
switch it up.
The
Just switch it
formula
up.
I feel like needs to be talked about for a second. So what do you mean by the formula, Quinn? Of
like
a
just
movie?
you know, we had the crew. Everybody who's in the crew knows kind of I mean, I don't know if it's like unrecognized, but I think it's recognized that everybody knows they have a full part if they put the work in, but we're doing it all together. Like the first movie, like Derry just like sends Wes all these clips and it's like, oh, you have a full part. But like since then, pretty much everybody in the movie, it's like, if you're in it, you're going to have a full part, but you have to get the full part and then you put in the work. But like
What?
with this, it's like there's not a precedent because we can do something different. It's like everybody get as many clips as you can. And, it could be kind of like, well, the last, was it P2 or is there a third?
Yeah, Nature of Offense.
Nature of
was
Offense.
montage style.
Is montage style.
Yeah.
So it could potentially be like that, or it could potentially have parts or a mix of the two. There's not a, we've already done it 3 times and it took 3 years it's like every movie took a year longer than the last movie.
Yeah.
I feel like the first movie was like 1 year.
1 year, 2 years.
2 years, 3 years. So like, we're not trying to do a 4-year project.
Hell no, dude.
Like that was
Too much stress in that
But
shit, too.
we've gotten a lot better at what we do. Everybody's more like refined. Our obligations, like we can make it happen. So,
And I think like with everything changing too, as far as y'all having families now, like it's more feasible to knock out a 20-minute project than it is to fucking put away a year and film clips. Like, you know what I mean?
and we just
Y'all have other obligations.
Well, that's what we're doing. We're
Exactly.
putting away clips for a year, though.
right a year.
That's exactly what we're doing.
But it's different, bro.
It's going to be a little shorter.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
It's
it's
just
just
gonna
gonna
be
be
We're
shorter.
filming for a year, and whatever happens, happens.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like at the end of the day, there's not a precedent that's like, this is how it has to go. Whereas
That's like,
the third movie, we're like, this is how it has to go. You need enough to fill your part.
Yeah.
Like Jesse Jarrett's a great example. We found a shorter song. He had to film a bunch in Canada, kind of on his own, but with Derry, of course. But like at the end, it was like Wes was like, I don't know if this is going to end up friend section, but the clips are banger. Like he deserves a full part.
It was like a little too much for friend section,
Yeah.
but like not quite enough for a full part. So it just did a little half full part.
Yeah, a little mini
Yeah.
part. Dude, that happens all the time.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And then,
well,
in the
It's a
first
thing.
movie, like Crosse and Cody split apart, but we also had 2.0 in the first movie.
Yeah.
Second movie, we didn't really do that. Third, well, did we have?
We did.
We did have a
because
little
we
bit.
had, We had Renton because
That's true
of-
because of the,
situation.
there wasn't supposed to be any park in the second one, but there was. But the third one, all winching, and it took a long time, but we could, in theory, still pull off the same amount of winching in 1 year. However, because like Crosse was saying, we have families and stuff, we're going to be way more like dedicated to getting it done when we can at that moment and not being like, we have time, whereas the third movie, there is like, oh, we're not like in a rush. Let's
that's
just
kinda
get
what
it
I
done.
was
Yeah,
saying.
and it's
know?
nice to have that
you
deadline
can
of like,
focus.
okay, we're doing this for 1 year. If you want clips, you got this year to get them. So
Yeah.
like having a deadline on that on filming, I think helps a lot because
Yeah.
it just motivates you to get out there and get it. And lo and behold, bro, we've been getting it.
Well, and it's so sick too because I mean,
Already.
just for some kids that are gonna get either 1 or 2 clips and they'll make it in or they won't make it in, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
it gives so many people a reason to watch the final product too.
Yeah.
because it's like, oh,
Is
I had
my
it.
clip in
just
there?
because I had a clip, I
Because
still
you
had a hand in
spread
this
the
shit.
love,
Yeah.
dude, and like, yeah. Everyone's always talking about growing wakeboarding and shit and this and that. It's like spread love, dog. That's
Yeah.
what grows shit.
Get people involved.
Yeah, like,
people
it's a
involved.
great way.
It's like a more exclusive space tapes, but you have the
Yeah.
anybody has the opportunity to submit just
And-
like space tapes,
People are always talking about like how do I get in the mob and how do I be a part of the mob, and I'm always just like, I mean, you already are. Like, if
you
you
just said it, you are.
yeah, if you want to be in the mob, you're in the mob. But now it's like, I mean, you want to be mob, like get a clip in the mob movie, like
Dude,
let's-
and like, yeah,
Go
these
get
moments
that
are
shit.
huge too for anyone who's like gonna submit a clip. You're like, hey mom, hey dad, hey grandma, aunt, uncle, like I'm
Yeah.
in this, like
yeah,
with all these
Yeah.
people,
Yeah.
like, and they're
Yeah.
real, like
Yeah.
they're legit. So like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's an awesome idea. I think that'd be cool.
hell yeah.
Part of the
Hype.
beauty of it too is like everybody's forte is a little different. So somebody's like sort of chill, but maybe insane clip is like too insane for one of us or all of us to do. So like it could easily make it in. If you're like a really big like flip dude and you go out in the streets and you like do a flip onto a rail or something in the streets or something, and it's not a big deal to you, but it's a big deal to us, it's going in, you know, like everybody's different on how their riding is. So
I am curious to see how you'll edit this though, because this will definitely be hard to edit. Like it'll be tricky. Maybe not hard. It'll be tricky to get it done. I'm curious.
My guy's got it.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm curious.
He's got editing god.
Let him cook.
You just got to dump it in and then figure it out.
Dump it in, line them up, dude. We're good.
Yeah, editing's not hard. You just got to do it.
Amen to that. Agree with that. All right, I think it's now time we dive into a segment presented by Driftline. It's called Deserve Some Love. So Driftline makes wetsuit line board shorts that are perfect for spring, fall sessions, or early mornings at the lake when it's a little bit chilly. I was rocking them today, taking some laps with the boys here. And Cena was out there too. I'm a big fan. Use code GRAB15 to get 15% off your order.
It's a good promo code.
You were saying earlier, Quinn, you know, there were some other names that popped in your head. So you got anyone on the top of your tongue that you're thinking of?
Oh,
put you on the spot there.
Wait, there was a
Put me on
question
the
involved
spot.
with that?
Yeah, just someone that deserves some love. Anybody. Wakeboard
Oh.
industry people you know.
deserve some love. I mean,
Yeah.
Dairy, like we talked about earlier.
Hey, you didn't grab that, Wes?
Did I say dairy yesterday?
Yeah, I don't think you did.
I mean, dairy.
Dairy's a big
Dairy
one.
deserves some love. We talked about it earlier, but like,
Facts.
dude's a goat, and like, we know it, but like, it's like for some reason people don't want to say it. You know, like,
Dude,
dairy
he got
is like
hair transplants. The
Dairy's
guy's gonna look young.
not for that, but like just for life, dude. Like, dairy is the fucking goat.
Put
Dude.
his shit out there, dog.
Dude, he's about to be like the hottest wakeboarder ever. What do you mean, dude?
Like,
Dairy's already hot.
Duh, but now he's gonna be like young and hot, dude. Like, come on, dog.
Full of hair, dude.
Dude, come on, dude. Derry, you're the sickest.
All right, Derry. I like that
yeah,
one.
I mean, dairy deserves some love. Like, he's the best wakeboarder on the fucking
All
planet.
right, Cross, same question.
What you got, Cross?
Who deserves some love? Da.
My daddy, dude. I love you, daddy.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
Wes Bearden deserves some fucking love. I'll tell you that
That's
for
cute.
sure.
What else?
I might have said that yesterday, but
Derek, dude. I love you, Derek from Bywake. Like, yeah.
Derek
And I love you
definitely
too, Jeff McKee.
All right. All right, Wes. What do you got?
And I love you, Wes. And I love you, Quinn.
I think
Just
Gnome
go fuck myself.
Fucker deserves some love.
Oh, I was wondering when we were going to tap into this, dude.
Are you him?
So you deserve some love then, Cross, huh?
Yeah, Cross deserves.
So for the people who might not know, there's some meme pages floating around. Gnome Fucker is one of them.
Yeah.
Is the name of the page, and then there's another one. Wakeboarding is dead, but so yeah, you like that? Keep that going. Deserve a little love.
I mean,
Kid needs to
I was
keep
just
at it.
saying, I think you deserve love.
It ain't me. That's
where I was going with that.
I appreciate that, but it ain't me,
Who do you think Gnome Fucker is?
dude. So we were talking about this. Todd Allen was one that I was really honing in on Todd Allen, dude. But I don't think it's him anymore. I've moved on past that.
Who do you think wakeboarding is dead?
I think it's you.
I do
You think
too.
it's me?
I
do
think it's
too.
Wesley
I
Mark
do
Jacobsen.
too.
Yeah.
Is everyone pointing their fingers at me right now?
Quinn, who do you think?
I mean, I really thought it was Wes. I really thought it was
I mean, the
Wes.
poll numbers are in, dude.
It was. I
we're your
checked
boys,
both
dude.
of their Instagram pages. I checked Cross's candidly. Wes showed me his, but it don't take much to log out.
No, dude, I did that. Come on, I pulled that move all the time.
But like,
Come on.
Cross. When I checked Crosses, it was like in a moment of like vulnerability. So
See,
like,
then you know it's legit. Then if you,
but he still could have logged out.
he could
Yeah.
be playing it safe, and I think
Yeah.
the way that
But like
whoever
you
this
said,
is,
though, Todd Allen, that's my number one suspect for either. For some,
yeah. And he's
Uh,
unemployed too. I just found out that he is getting a job. So
Gnome fucker,
congratulations.
though, gnome fucker.
dude.
There's a thing here with. I don't think it's Terry, but it could be.
I think we should start looking at the time.
Terry had a
Honestly,
gnome on his
like the
front
time
porch
they
for
Times that they post, because if it's like late at night on the eastern coast, then it's Todd. Because when he's drunk, he's talking about wakeboarding.
yeah.
Or
Facts.
something.
So he's whipping up a meme.
He's ranting. So he's
Yeah.
like definitely cooking.
He is a ranter.
Yeah.
So like, but if it's like, you know, a little like later, then it could be Terry Bailey on the West Coast. Like, you know what I mean? I
So
think we got to
the
be
gnome- the
smarter.
gnome
and I'm
fucker
fucking
thing
it
is
up by saying it
possibly
on the pod,
Terry.
but like
Terry had a gnome on his front porch for like 3
Which
years.
makes me thought it was you because only you noticed that for some reason,
Yeah.
and I thought
Yeah.
that made.
Do you think that I would put that time
Yeah,
into
'cause
the
Yeah, I
You're
do. I
smart,
actually do,
dude.
Quinn. I
You're
actually do think
smart.
you would put that time in.
I'm flattered. But
Literally, dude, you're smart, Quinn. I think you would do that.
I think it's definitely someone stateside. That is without a doubt. Even though there's been some weird, not weird things, but like referencing some other cultures and other places in the world. But I think it's someone stateside for sure. Narrow
I
it
think
down
so,
there.
I could see that. 100%.
I think so too.
Yeah.
It's got to be stateside.
Because like the lingo and stuff.
The
and,
lingo.
yeah, it's like
yeah.
two.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Both of them, I think.
Both of
Both
them.
fucking and wakeboarding is that.
yeah,
I think
if
they're
you're
both
gonna
safe.
run these, you need to take sociology classes and figure out shit like that so you can make yourself more disguisable.
Sounds like somebody who knows a little too much.
Right.
Yeah, it does.
I've said too much.
You know what, dude? I'm just gullible. I'm not smart like that.
Just gullible.
I'm not smart. I'm just gullible.
Oh my god.
All right, we didn't get down to the bottom of that one, unfortunately, but eventually we might, or they'll just fizzle out. Who knows?
It
I
could
don't
be
know.
at the table. There's 4 people here that could be.
We're talking to Jeff McKee. He's nice enough that we're going to give away a pair of Space Mob boots.
Ooh.
And I figured out how we're going to do this. We were talking about how we're going to
Yes.
give away.
I
So
knew
it's-
you would.
It's going to be on Patreon, so you got to be on the Patreon to win these pair of boots.
You
But
better be, dude.
we're going to give them away
Good plug, dude.
a week after this comes out. So the Tuesday after, I'm going to announce the winner. So you join the Patreon and you have to comment on this post.
So you got a week to join the Patreon.
Yeah, you got a week to join the Patreon and put your answer in. So this is the
And you
trivia
could win
question.
some boots,
And you can win
dog.
some boots, size
worth
of your
it.
choice.
And
so
support, dude.
you got to, thank you, Quinn.
Support.
Yeah, it
dude.
means it seriously does mean a ton.
This
Like,
dude
it keeps
is-
the podcast going.
Yeah.
Like it's amazing.
This dude's put so much into this. Look at all these microphones. There's 4 cameras in here.
And we
right
have
now.
on headphones. They're
One's mine.
sick.
These guys are, yeah.
What is
I
Wes's?
wasn't trying to put the extra camera on blast. 3 cameras plus Wes's
There might
camera.
SD cards in there.
SD cards are not cheap.
They're
bro.
not.
They're not,
You're getting
yeah.
a good one, dude. It's like a hard drive.
Yeah, for real, it's amazing.
These headphones are nice too.
yeah, thank
Not
you.
gonna
Yeah.
throw those under the bus.
And he bought 40s for us.
Andy bought 40s.
That is true. We did have the 40s
Support. The long story short, support. It's
Yeah.
like $5 a month. This dude's doing the Lord's work out here.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, guys. It means a ton.
We're
And
all
it does
on
mean a ton to everyone who is on the Patreon. Thank you a ton for supporting the podcast. So you have to answer this question, and whoever answers the question right, I'll then pick out of that, with a random spinning wheel of who will get it. So
Death.
the question is, what was Raph Jerome's ender clip in the 2018 film Formats?
Ooh.
So that does mean you have to buy the movie because
Amazon.
I don't know
On
where the
iTunes.
movie
I think
is.
it's on
It might be,
Amazon.
it's on iTunes for sure. It
I
might be
got
on
it on
Amazon.
Amazon.
Or if you already own it, there you
I
go.
own it on Zan- I
You know-
think it's on my cell phone.
So
Is it?
I think so.
I haven't
Well,
watched.
I bought it on
formats
Amazon on my
in
phone.
so long.
So comment the ender, and then we'll go ahead and pick people who I'll pick someone who wins. So.
Should I just tell them right now?
No, don't
be
tell 'em
easier?
Right now. No,
Is
Okay.
it bad that I don't know it?
I don't know it either. I was just gonna
Oh.
guess.
Yeah, I was gonna say the block spot,
it's on
I
the
think-
block spot.
Okay.
not block
That's
spot.
that's what I was gonna say too. So
what do you mean? Wait, what do you mean by block spot?
I don't want to ruin it.
There's the block spot Chicago.
The block
No, no, no.
spot, dawg.
No, not Chicago block spot.
Okay.
The
Canada.
one where you go from.
The Dilly
Canada.
Millie Dylan Mead block
Oh
spot.
no,
Chicago.
that's Chicago.
Okay.
No, I
Yeah,
was
yeah, no,
thinking
not that one.
Canada.
Oh, it might be Canada. I
Might
don't
be
know. I don't know
Canada
where
block
it is.
spot. We can't leak it, dude. It's not
Sorry,
block spot.
sorry, it's not
Yeah,
block
it's not
spot.
one.
It's
All right,
not-
you can't
no,
comment
no,
block
no,
spot.
Anyways,
Win.
comment that
It's
ender.
not that.
NBS.
We
not
made up
Block
that
Spot.
name anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. So go ahead and join the Patreon. Comment the answer to that, and I will pick the winner randomly, whoever from who gets it right. All right, we got a voice message from Simon here.
Patai.
Mob, hey Hunter, what's up? It's Simon here. Your winching looks really sick. The thing I saw on Crosse's Snapchat too, in the downtown or something, so fire. So, how is it all working out with the little dude winching with you? And what are we gonna do this summer in Europe? Are we gonna go to Estonia or are we gonna go to Lithuania or what are we gonna do? Who's coming? And when can we start buying our flights for yard sale? how is that event happening and how are things going? Love you all.
Damn, just
Hey.
seeing Simon, a little smile on the face. So yeah,
Love you, Simon.
kind of questions there, I guess.
Winching with the little man is like,
Heaven on earth.
yeah, it's good. I mean, it's good. You're just down a person on the spot, at the spot, you know? Someone's got it.
Or the winch drivers just keeping an eye.
Yeah, we actually killed it the last mission. Like, we weren't really down a person.
Yeah,
They were dad camming and just going back to look at the baby, and then it was like time to go, and then they'd run into position and dad cam, and then run back and just peep the baby. He's just like
Chilling.
on a blanket, like underneath the truck bed, like
Yeah, bro. On this trajectory,
like on a dirt road.
on this trajectory, the kid's gonna like run your handle out like next year or something.
Yeah,
He's gonna be like, walking
Love
your
that. That would be sick. A little 2-year-old just.
I mean,
hauling.
You could like program them just like, bro, you walk this handle out every time.
Yeah.
And, like next year, it'll probably be a thing.
it's pretty tight. I mean,
The kid does great on those spots.
I'm curious to see like, you know, how this kid turns out and stuff, because he's in the thick of it, you know, and me and Billy, like, we don't really have another option. Like, we're both wakeboarders. We don't have a normal job. Like, we're both trying to get clips all the time. So it's like, we got to get clips with the little man wherever we are.
Yeah.
And just have to make it work. And it's been pretty sick so far, honestly. And I feel like it's only going to get better. Because, like, a couple years down the road, we're about to have extra hands. Like, we're not losing a homie or filmer at the spot. We're gaining one. Like,
That's what I'm saying. Your homie's walking.
a
the rope
homie
out
is
for
going to
you,
be
dude.
working
Pushing
at,
record,
Like
dude.
it was
Yeah,
a joke,
for
but it's for
sure.
real. The kid does great at the spot. Like
Yeah.
in a year or two, he's gonna do something for you.
Yeah, yeah.
it's
I mean, yeah. Set up a tripod and have him hit record and stop record. Like, get him
It's
going
feasible.
on that.
Yeah.
A couple years down the road, have him handhelding.
All right. Second part of that was yard sale. So Simon's wondering about yard sale. What's any updates on dates, times,
dates out.
rough
Yeah.
idea? What are we thinking here?
I mean, the rough idea is the second week of October this year.
All right. Well, I think we wrap it up. Thank you guys for coming on. This was we went all over the place on this one.
That was a good time.
We went up, down. We went left, right. We went all around. We went everywhere.
Up, down, all around,
It
baby.
was a good chat. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Make sure if you're interested in supporting the podcast, join the Patreon, like, comment, subscribe. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple, make sure to rate 5 stars. That means a ton. And throw any comments in the comment section if you guys are interested. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for coming on, guys. See everybody next time.
Thanks for having us.